Hi lovelies, welcome back. Okay, so this is Allie Nicole with Life Chapters, and I'm back early, and yeah, I'm sorry, but I had to make this video. I had to because I felt like this part was missing from the assignment. So if you haven't already done the assignment from last week, which I'll go over in just a second, then you're in luck because I'm going to go over it again along with adding and incorporating an important part that I got some feedback from some people, and what I realized was that I felt like people weren't understanding all the way, and they weren't really feeling the impact of doing the assignment. And I was like, okay, what's the piece that's missing? And then I was like, okay, I got it. I understand what's missing. So now I'm going to be incorporating this part. All right. So last week, if you're new to this blog of mine, then you're in for a treat because last week was my last video on Sunday. I posted it, and basically I talked about how there was I was noticing just within a lot of women, I mean men too, but with a lot of women, there was so much comparisons with between women. And basically it concerned me because to a certain extent it's normal to compare and see similar traits or things that aren't similar between different people. But then it was just getting to a point to where it was just unhealthy. So then I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way to how to talk to people and make them understand that we are different people. So I was like, aha, I got it. Okay. So then at that point I was like, okay, how can we be essentially how can we want to be like somebody else when we've come from two different backgrounds, we're two different people, different cultures, and so on and so forth. What I started to realize was that basically our lives are essentially our own stories. So that was what the theme was for on Sunday, that our lives are essentially our own stories. So if we know that our life is our own and we're making it up as we go, how can we actually sit there and say that, I want to be like somebody else, I want to look like somebody else, I want somebody else's life? We can't, because we start to look at our lives and we start to be like, okay, if my story is mine, then I have to make it my own. So that means that I'm the main character of my story, and if I'm the main character, I don't want to be no whack character. I want to be a great one. So we got to start to make our stories great by basically filling in the pages of how we want our lives to be and what that looks like. Okay? So, with that being said, I gave the assignment of basically writing down, getting some type of journal, and writing down the different areas of your life where you feel these are things that you're good at, these are your hobbies that you do. Ooh, there's something in my eyelash or hair. So yeah, you're writing all that stuff down, and basically as you're writing it down, it's okay. My whole thing is that I like things to be beautified, and basically I do that by getting things that represent myself, and that are pretty. I like things because that are pretty because of the fact that I feel like I want it to represent me, and also I want it to represent something where I'll pay attention to it because of the fact that it is pretty. So I don't know if you guys see mine, but this is mine. This is pink. I know the lighting is making it look like it's white, but it's a light pink, and I love pink because it's a feminine color to me. But whatever, men can like pink, and men look good in pink too. But what I'm saying is that I just like this, and I use it and I utilize it because of the fact that I like how it feels and I like how it looks. So when you're trying to get into the habit of doing something, I would suggest to get something that is attractive to you so that you're motivated to do it. Alright? Same with the type of pencil that you're using as well. So just keeping that in mind, basically, we started to realize that there's just so much, you know, societal pressure, and that by writing all these different things down about yourself, about, you know, like who you are, about like what you like to do, what are your hobbies, like, you know, do you just like to sit in the house, do you like to hang out with friends, do you like to get your hair done, do you like to get your nails done, you know, do you like to do yoga, like do you like to write music, and also what are the things that make you happy, such as, you know, like do you like to volunteer, do you like to give things away, things like that, you know, like what makes you happy, what is your passion for life. You know, mine is music, and I love to motivate and encourage others to do well. Training is like another one. So yeah, so basically, you know, with that being said, there's so much like societal like pressure, especially being like a woman. I mean, men do it too, so this is for you guys too. But there's like societal like pressure on us for what type of women we're supposed to be. You know, like what type of careers we're supposed to have. You know, like where we're supposed to be in society. You know, and just things going like along that line. So with that being said, you know, sometimes we need a perfect reminder of all the things that we are. So the part that was missing, and people, you know, like as the week was going on, you know, I was talking with different people who saw my video. They were like, you know, I have all these different things going on with me, you know, and I understand, you know, I'm great at this and I feel comfortable with this, but my thing is that like I'm still feeling some type of way about my life. I'm still not satisfied with it. So anytime, like those are like some trigger words for me when people say I'm not satisfied, it automatically thinks about like, okay, this is the part that's missing, the fact of you're missing the part where you're grateful for what's happening in your life. Not all of it, but also, so to add on to this assignment, we're adding on the fact that we want to incorporate all the different things, you know, about ourselves, what makes us us, into, you know, on, you know, like writing this on or in your journal, and then basically like also incorporating all the things that you're writing it down in this journal, all the things that you're grateful for. Okay, so when you're doing that, you're looking at this piece of paper and you're like, okay, these are all the different things that I'm grateful for. These are all the different things that make me me, and also these are all the different things that I'm grateful for, because life has a funny way of like telling us that we ain't shit, or, you know, telling us that, you know, we could do better, or there's like a higher expectation, or we're not doing as well as so-and-so. This is my life. This is my story. Nobody can sit there and write my story for me. You know, if your story isn't going the way that it should be, then there should be some things that you're putting in place to create your own story. I am empowering you today, and I'm challenging you today to go out there and start creating your own story. Writing down all the things that you are, so that when it comes down to like the types of jobs that you get, you know, the types of hair, the types of makeup, you know, your clothing, all of that, it plays a role into like who you are as well. That's why the fashion industry is so huge. It's more than about like who you like how you look, but it's more so about like, you know, who you are. I'm representing myself. Like, I like how it looks, so I put it on. I like how this makeup looks, so I put it on my face. You know, the type of job, you want to make sure that the type of job that you're in, not saying that you go up there and you quit your job and say, you know, I don't care about your job, you know, this is the place that I want to be. You want to make sure that you're being rational about your decisions as well. But you want to make sure that you're in the right place. So if you gotta like, you know, make sure, it's always like really fun to look for a job when you actually have a job. So my thing is that like if you feel like you're not in the right place, start looking. Just see like what's out there for you. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not trying to put down like education or anything, because, you know, I'm educated. You know, I went to higher learning to a university. And basically, like, you know, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that a lot of times with these different jobs, they're looking for your experience level, and they're looking for like personality. And you know, college, all it's like really like what it shows is basically, you know, you can finish something. Like, and because a lot of times, like, they don't know who you are, so when you're interviewing, if you at least have like a college degree, and like a lot of these jobs, they're saying like a college degree or you have this amount of experience, they'll hire you. And the reason why they want the college degree is to basically say, okay, this person, they were able to, they have longevity to basically, you know, continue forth within this particular company. And so that's all that it's saying. So basically, with that being said, you want to make sure that you're in the right company to express yourself and to just feel good about yourself, because of the fact that if you don't, then you're going to be unhappy. So, I said all that to say that to add on to that, you are basically, you have your little list that you put on your journal. All you're doing now is you're chopping up little pieces of paper that look like this. So it can be any type of paper that you want. So you're cutting it up to look like this. So then after you do that, you're writing down all the different things that you just listed on your list, okay? And basically, here is my jar. You're going out and you're purchasing a jar, okay? So this happens to be my jar, okay? Like, I got it, it was $15. I know it can look kind of fancy to y'all, but you know what? I don't really care. I got $15, and I told you, I like things that represent, and I like things that are pretty, and I felt like this was pretty, okay? So this is my jar. You know, when I look at it, like I said, you want to make sure that things are representing who you are, not anybody else or not anything that somebody else is telling you to do or to be. When I look at this, I see myself in this jar. Sorry, I just had to do that real quick. Genie. Okay. When I look at it, you know, the first thing that I thought about was, okay, it reminds me of like a globe. It reminds me of like one of those spinny globes. And basically, like, I look at it and I'm like, okay, there's the top, which reminds me of like the poles. Then, you know, it's round. It reminds me of like one of those spinny globes, you know, that used to be like on that little stand. I look at it, it looks intricate. I don't know if you guys can see the intricate details of it or whatever, but there's like little lines in it. And when I think about myself, I think about like how intricate and I pay attention to details, especially like the details within people. And basically, like, you know, I see myself in this. And then not to mention, you know, it's round and it's yet curvy. And that is who I am right now. So that's the outside of it. But here's the thing. Here's the most important part of it to me. Look this. Look at this. Oh, look at that. I got all these different attributes about myself inside the jar. Okay? So I would say that that is probably the most important part. All of it is important. And in our society, we place beauty to like a high standard for whatever reason. Which it's important, but it's not the most important. I would say what's on the inside is what counts, and it is what matters. But appearance does play a role as well. How you look on the outside. Not saying you're going to be gorgeous, but what I'm saying is like you need to like take care of yourself. So you do that by focusing. You start with things on the inside. Okay? You want to make sure that you're healthy on the inside so that what you're looking like on the outside is reflective of how you feel about yourself on the inside. If you feel like shit on the inside, you're going to look like shit on the outside most of the time. So, most of the time. Keyword. Not saying all the time. So, if we start to focus on that, then you'll feel a lot better about yourself. And I'm telling you, now, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a sociologist, but these are just some things that help me. And these are things that I came up with personally. And so, if you feel like, you know, screw you, like, it's not going to work for me, okay, bye. But what I am saying is, like, I really honestly feel like you should give this a shot. And I think that it will work for you. So, what I'm going to do is, That's what it is. Okay. So here we go. About to stick in my little jar. Alright. I'm gonna close it up. Okay. So let's see, this is this one. I don't like this one. No, because some of these are like this, yeah. Okay. So, okay. Okay, on this particular day, I don't know, like, okay, because my jar, I kind of like made it into like what I wanted it to be, so it was like a mixture of the things of like, you know, what I like to do, also things like, okay, how I felt in that moment, because I started to like take pictures based upon how I felt in that moment. Not saying that like, you know, I looked the best, but how I felt that day. And you should do that too, and I'll talk about that later in another video or whatever. But so this one says, I have been focusing on health, beauty, and lifestyle changes and feel great. Okay, so now when I'm reading that, I'm remembering, oh my gosh, I remember like when that had happened, and I'm like, oh my god, I did feel good. And yeah, that's why like when you take like a picture, you start to remember it to capture that moment, and that's what this is about too. So you can do that. And then let me see, stick in another one more, then I'm gonna have to shut it down. Alright. So another healthy one. Okay. Have been consistently exercising and eating healthy for 2 weeks. I'm sorry. It just cracks me up that I put 2 weeks on there, because it's just like, okay, really, you put 2 weeks, like, who cares? Like, that's not long. It was long for me, okay? It was long for me, and it's about what my journey is. This is my story, so get out of the story, okay? Like, so if anybody tries to disrupt your flow for your story, you tell them to get on, like, get out of here. Like, you don't belong here. What are you doing? That's like taking like Neo from like the Matrix and putting them in like Winnie the Pooh or something. Like, you don't belong here. Like, this is weird. This is awkward. So yeah, same thing. It's the same deal. Like with relationships and whatnot. You know, you kicking out like the people that don't belong there, who's making your story look bad. Like, this is my story, so get out of here. So yeah. Anyways, I'm done talking. This one was even longer than my last video, but dang, like, I talk, but it's worth it. And I promise, if you're still here with me, you know, I thank you and I applaud you. And I want you to just like keep with it. I'm gonna try to get my videos to be shorter, but it's just like, it's so difficult for me. So so yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing like what I'm doing and everything. And I hope that you guys got something out of this video today. And on Sunday is when I'm gonna be back, and we're gonna see like the progress of people. So along with this assignment, if y'all could please like comment on the bottom so that we can like share, you know, the things that have been working for us, and also like how we feel throughout the week. I would love to hear that. I would love to hear your feedback on that. And yeah, also I'm gonna post my information on the bottom so that you guys can get in contact with me as well. So that we can, if you don't feel comfortable with the comments on the bottom, then we can talk. We can still talk. So yeah, I would love to get to know you guys, and I would love to hear your feedback. So once again, thank you for watching Life Chapters with Allie Nicole, and I will see you guys on Sunday. I will be uploading another video. And yeah, so make sure you comment, make sure you like this video if you liked it. Even if you did not like it, please give it a thumbs up. But if you like these videos and want to like know like, you know, what's going on and everything, please subscribe to my channel. I'd much appreciate you, because you're awesome, and I want awesome people in my circle. So yeah, I just wanted just to thank you guys once again, and peace out. Bye, lovelies.